And great day, everybody. Great dawn and welcome, everybody. Of course, this is our first edition of our core coaching group coaching program. This is week one, day one. I am Marion Afua. Thank you all for joining me. Go ahead. Hey, Janasha. Hey, Pam. I see that everybody is on here. We got some folks that are, Kathy's talking about she's got something else to do tonight, but we're not going to stress about that. We are just going to get ready and remind everybody that we are here and ready to get into action. Everyone that is, I got something in my mouth. I didn't notice that. Hey, y'all see the real deal. Yay. All right. So tonight is going to be about us really getting ourselves ready for the next. So I'm going to give people a little time. Y'all know I start on time, and I do that because I like to respect our second greatest asset. And for those people who are aware of me, this will be the only, I repeat, the only week session that will be here in the Mindset Mastery Academy. I realized that I was told that I could isolate the number of people who saw it on the program. However, I am not able to. So I need to be able to make sure everyone is aware, right? Is aware of what they're doing. So I just want to thank everybody for that as you are coming in. Hey there. So everyone that's in here, I'm going to be working on that. So tonight is our core coaching program, week one. Our theme tonight is called Raise the Bar. As I said, we're waiting on some people to come in. There are a total of 10 people that should be on this call. And we're going to be making sure that we get it done. Here's the deal. Just like I said last night, it's up to you what you do. Some people like throwing away money because that's kind of a paradigm or a habit or a condition that we have accepted. And some people are willing to actually get a return on their investment. So we're not going to, no harm, no foul, no judgment on that. But I wanted to make sure everybody was very clear on how we are going to be functioning and moving in our knowing in places going forward. This will happen every week for 3 weeks consecutively. I have placed the weeks into your agreement, and the agreements look like this. We're going to be for the month of February. We're going to be on February 7th, which is tonight. We're going to be back on next week on the 14th. I know it's Valentine's Day. I know. If you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, then don't. You know, it's okay. It's recorded, but it will be in a Zoom. All the following ones starting next week will be in Zoom in a private group. You'll be able to log on and be able to get involved into a private group that will be airing out the program. So for the month of February, it's February 7th, which is tonight, February 14th, and February 21st. Please know that the dates will repeat themselves in the month of March. Now, March 7th, March 14th, and March 21st. Now, you also know that on the 16th and 17th, we're going to be hosting our Success Masters Sister Summit, which will be held in Phoenix, Arizona. All of you that are in this program have been gifted a ticket to attend. If you want to upgrade to VIP, which means you get private opportunities to be in a private luncheon and a 5-hour session with the coaches on that Friday between 9:30 and 2:00 p.m. before we open up to everyone, then please go and click the link that was in the email that told you to upgrade. So if you upgrade for that amount, for that $97, you'll be able to upgrade your ticket, which is now general admission, to VIP. So I'm just saying, like, it's real easy to be VIP with me. I don't stress out about all that. So we're going to keep moving around. I got some more folks that have been coming in. Welcome to everyone that is online that's coming in. I'm going to remind you that you'll also be getting an email that will have all of my slides that are going to be available to you. I'm not going to withhold anything from you. Hey, Denise, so glad you made it in tonight. And we got some more folks that's going to realize that, but it is real. I'm real serious about making sure everybody is accountable. So for the first couple of times, I will be reminding you that we are live and that we are going and that we are doing what we have to do so that everybody can come in and just jump right on board instead of finding themselves waiting for the next opportunity. Hang on one second, y'all. I gotta turn off my speaker. I'm getting feedback on my end. All right, so tonight we are going to begin our program. Everybody, why don't you do me a favor and just tell me where you're from? I see a couple of people on here already. Go ahead and type in the city and the state that you're from. Go ahead and type in that city and state. Let us all know. It's called a roll call. Y'all know how we do it. It's called a roll call. And when you start doing a roll call, you don't have to worry about nothing except for doing the roll call. Shabuya roll call, shabuya. So go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and let's get started by letting me know where you're from and what's going on. Hey, Gigi. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Denise. Hey, Pam. And I think I saw Ghazi coming in the room. All right. And we got folks showing up. Tanya says she's in Atlanta. Pam's in Avondale, Arizona. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Janasha's in Maricopa, Arizona. And I know for Janasha, this is a new experience. We got Denise all the way in Brentwood, California, in the Bay Area. And we got some more folks coming in. Y'all just keep being live. Tonight is going to be a live opportunity for us to interact and change. When we get on Zoom, everybody will be on live on the video. So it'll be a little easier for us to have a conversation. And we'll be able to interact. This is really about being interactive and really engaging in the moment. If that makes sense for everybody, I really want everybody to understand this is a partnership. Just like I said in the agreement that you signed, it is a partnership. It has nothing to do with Marion as Dr. Marion Afua, the life alchemist and transformation engineer. It's all about, I'm just a vessel. I'm just a conductor who's going to help you identify what you need to identify as we're going forward. So everybody that's coming in, I'm just going to hit up Brittany really quickly because she's texting me and I'm trying to let her know that, no, you don't want to go to the regular place. So hang on one second. Pam, can you tell me what you do for a living? Introduce yourself. Also, everyone tell me, are you a mother? Are you in business? That's the next thing I want y'all to type in the room. Are you a mother? Are you a father? Are you in business? What are you working on? And how do we make this happen? So go ahead and tell me that. Are you a parent? Are you in business? Are you looking to advance your career? Are you looking to rebuild and get some other supports in your personal life? What's to down to December. We're going to take it December. And for that means that for us, are making sure we have relationships. Relationships is one of the components. It's on one of the components that we are going to make. Got it? We are going to begin to experience and explore everyone. So if you are out there, there may be a delay because of whatever reason, but I want you to understand that in the identity of where we can go and how we can get there, where we can go and how we can get there. So this is another example. I got people that are inboxing me, saying things to me like, oh, how do I get on there? Show. Let's see. It's breaking up. Is it a delay or is it breaking up? Because it's looking good. I have the other option open. But I want you to understand that okay, so everybody just keeps going. So I see we got T. Barton that has joined in. We got Denise that has broadcast, and Denise says, I'm a mother, wife, and a full-time job, full run of my open home-based cake baking business. Oh my goodness, I didn't know you bake cakes, girl. Oh, I got an expectation when I get out to the Bay Area. I got an expectation when I get out to the Bay Area. Absolutely. Anybody else? Come on, Gigi. I know Janasha's on the call. I know that Pam is on the call. I know that Eddie Grooms is trying to get in on the call. So I'm just going to take a pause for the break. Excellent. I'm glad. Thank you for letting me know the feedback about how we have the quality of sound. Believe it or not, I am I am working diligently. One of the things I do, oh yes, girl. Oh yeah, I'm for real about that, Denise. When I get out there to the Bay Area, just get ready. Get ready. I can still eat sweets. I don't eat meat, but I sure can eat some sweets. So anyway, I want to make sure that everyone is coming on board, and that Janasha and Pam and Tanya, tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself, whatever term you want to say. If you want to talk about what you do, that's what it's about. It's not about you hiding in this group. If you try to hide in this group, it won't work. It won't work. It's not going to be an all Marian show. It's not Thursday night when I'm giving a 45-minute presentation. It is initially about us getting to know each other. Prior to you coming to this group, one of the things that you're going to do, I saw T. Barton come in and some other folks. And like I said, the reason why I'm going to take it into an even more private setting is because I want you all to be so comfortable with one another that we can begin to speak real to one another. That we can speak real to one another. Because one of the things that I find is that we don't have relationships. Relationships are about building a trust, building a community. We're supposed to be family. So if we're family, let's get to know our family members. We never know when we might need a skill or a talent or ability that is coming up. So if you're on the call, I need you to share that. I'm trying to get request. Hang on one second. Thank you. So who else we got coming in? So while you're talking, I'm going to tell you about me, okay? And then I'll put the rest of you up. So those of you that don't know, I am Marian Efua. I am the life alchemist and transformation engineer, known internationally. I have service all over the world, just about. I've been in Australia. I've been in the Caribbean. I have been in Africa. I have been in Mexico. I have been in Canada. So I've had a broad variety, and I've even reached over in India by way of telecast. So I want to let you know that when I say that, I'm telling you that I understand. Now, what's the background story? The background story is that I am also a mother. I am currently a mother. I am currently a mother of 6 children, 4 girls and 2 boys. I also am here. Hey, Brother Ghazi. I am also here presently in Surprise, Arizona. I'm originally from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I'm a proud mama of my 4 girls and 2 boys that I gave birth to biologically. And I also have 2 other daughters that I raised and had the honor of contributing to their lives to be my other daughters. Additionally, I am a divorcee. I was married for over 20 years, and then we got a divorce. And then I remarried only to have that person taken out of my life through an accident, a tragic accident. So there's a lot that we may have in common, but most importantly, I want you to understand that what I'm sharing with you in this program, in this core coaching program, is exactly what I said. I am going to share with you and give you the opportunity to share with me the skills, the talents, the abilities that are going to address your mindset. Because if we don't address mindset, no matter how many strategies I tell you, no matter how many connections I give you, no matter how many opportunities to learn information and systems, it's not going to benefit you, because you're going to keep hearing those blockages and those messages in your ear, and you're going to keep procrastinating. Right? Oh, yes. And I am a singer, right? I'll get to that eventually. Y'all know I do sing occasionally when I get into my groups. Sometimes a song comes in my head and I decide to see it. Brother Ghazi, God, you can make it this evening. Honor that you could be here. Brother Ghazi, give us the city and state you're calling from, as well as a little bit about yourself, so that everyone can get an opportunity to get to know who you are. I am working. I have Eddie Grooms, who is having a challenge getting in the room for whatever reason. Thank you, Janasha. Thank you, Janasha, for sharing. We're going to continue to go. But as I said, so I have these children, I have divorces, I have an opportunity and a reality that is that when I thought everything was going well physically, externally, everything was going well, I lost everything. Everything meaning my husband, everything meaning my home, everything meaning my sense of stability, alienation. I lost friends, but I'm still here. So I want to talk to you past how I got past that moment. The core coaching program is just what it says. If you cannot understand that in the core is your balance, in the core, you find your balance. I'm giving people a chance to come on. We 15 minutes late. So I'm going to tell y'all going to miss a lot of stuff if you get in the habit of being late. Being late is usually a typical sign. People say, oh, it just means I'm coming in fashionably late. That's bullshit. That's bull crap. It has nothing to do about coming in fashionably late. You know, that the party, if, you know, you're the life of the party, you're going to add to it. Your habits are going to dictate how people interpret and receive what you have to receive. So if I come in here late all the time, always off task, negating who I am, missing opportunities, not giving you what you paid for, and then you're going to look at me and say, something's wrong with her. You got to be on time. You really should be early. If I start exactly at 7:30, then that means we all should be in the space at 7:30. Probably at 7:30 when I go live, I should see, you know, just about half of the class getting involved. So that's about 8 people. Half of the class is 8 people. Some people will not always be here, and that's okay. But what I'm asking you to do is make the commitment to yourself. Why? Because you are your greatest asset. You are valuable. Listen to me. You are your greatest asset, y'all. You are your greatest asset. If you don't accept that, if you don't trust that, knowing anyone and everything will always come to you and tell you something different. Anything and everything will tell you something different. And if you don't accept that, if you don't begin to trust that, you'll also start sacrificing your second greatest asset. Hey, Brittany, glad you can make it. You will also sacrifice your second greatest asset, which is your time. People will accept you. People will take advantage of your time. People will take advantage of your time because they will see that you don't value your time. So then they will play with your time. They will not pay you for your time. They will hype you up and they will invite you, but they will never value your time unless it's going to benefit them. How many of y'all understand what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying, if you're with me, I'm telling you, I don't need y'all being silent. I need you to participate as if we are still in the same room together. I need a high five. I need a like. I need a angry face. I need a heart. I need something, a mouth open, whatever that emoji is. I think you can't type the words. I need you to communicate, because when we start communicating, that's when we have the highest and greatest pace. Right now, we have 16 people signed up for this core coaching program. 5 people are on the call right now, right here and right now. And I told you that when I do my courses, one of the things I like to do is I like to hold people accountable, because I'm holding myself accountable. If you don't understand that, then you are not going to be happy in this program. If you think that I'm going to come and just only hype you up because I'm reminding you of the power that you have inside of you, only to remind you that and make you feel good for 2 hours, 3 times a month. That's not what it is. This is not church service. This is not the mosque. This is not the temple. This is not an exercise class. This is not a fitness class. This is about getting your core together. What is the core that you are offering? What is the core? The core is what's going to give you balance. The core is what helps you stand up straight. The core is where you're going to gain your strength. The core is what's going to be able to take that punch. Instead of you falling down, you're going to absorb that punch and you're going to keep coming. So y'all thought this was going to be a joke. I'm telling you right now, you got to begin to understand that in this knowing, ain't nobody got time for that. I like that. I snuck it in. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is the real deal, Hollifield. This is the real game. Welcome, Drew Bay. Welcome. Glad you finally were able to get in. In this moment, in this session, in this time, we cannot afford to negate the contribution of your time, negate the power of your presence. We cannot negate the wisdom that you hold within, between the 6 inches right here, between your ears. There's so much wisdom. In this heart is enough strength, enough memories, experience that we all need to benefit from it. You chose this core program not just because you trust me to be able to give it to you, but the core is about finding your balance. How do you find your balance? Let's talk about that. What does balance look like? Balance looks like taking things that are on one side. Typically, if we had a scale, and you'll see this, a scale. We put things like our vision, motivation, affirmations, journals, exercise, the quality of life that we want to have, meditation, prayer, religion, all those things are on one side. Family, your skills. And then on the other side are your abilities, your education, having a coach or a mentor, having a money plan, knowing how to network and leverage that network, how to have investments that you invest in, but also having people be able to invest in you. That's because balance is located in the core. What balances out the scales is what's in the core, what's in the middle. If there's nothing in the middle, then you're going to be lacking. I know. But what I want you to understand today is that if you don't get it, Denise says she needs some balance. I get it. We all need balance. It's not a destination. It's a journey for real. Because in that understanding of the quality that is found in it, it's holistic. And I get so ticked off when some of my favorite colleagues, they put this out in the world. Like, if you can just get yourself in this space and you can just write down enough shit on paper or create some bulletin boards, or you can begin to be in the right space with the right people and pay this much money every time, that some magical formula, some magic is going to occur. And you are now going to be able to be a 6-figure, 7-figure earner. You're going to have clients up the wahoozy, and that you're going to begin to access everything you ever missed. If it was that easy, why aren't more people doing it? Because they're missing the core. They're missing the core. And they're focusing, and what happens is they're forgetting about something called paradigms. Yep. There's something that exists in our lives that's hidden, that's unseen, that we are not aware of. That we are missing out on, that we are not allowing ourselves to experience. And that is that there is a knowing that something called a paradigm exists in our life. A paradigm is a system of thoughts, patterns, and beliefs that control us without us even being consciously aware of it. So going back to the ideal of being on time. Going back to being on time. When we say, I forgot, sometimes we do forget. But most of the time, if we're habitually late or tardy for something, or delayed on completing something, aka procrastination, aka ignoring things, because we don't want to have conflict, those are learned behaviors, and those are paradigms that are within us. These are beliefs and patterns and habits that exist in us, that when we are triggered in our environment, it sends a signal down to our mind, and our mind goes into our subconscious mind, and it pulls back up how we should react or what actions we should have. So we're late because we don't want to be the first one and someone asks us a question. We're late because we're subconsciously trying to hide that we're maybe missing something. We're late because we're unsure. We are unsure of our worthiness to be in a space, or that we're going to be accepted. See, I want to come real and 100% with you, because you are taking time, money, and energy and space for us to address these concerns of the core. If we don't address paradigms, then this whole conversation is for naught, because paradigms are a result of what has happened in the past, what we have learned, what we have experienced, what we have accepted in the past. Instead of us Now we're ready now in this program. By the end of this program, you will understand how that this core factor, you will understand this. Get ready, because this is a write down, because I want you to keep it. And when you get your slides, I want you to see it. What has happened in the past does not determine your future. What has happened in the past doesn't determine your future. What determines your future is your now. The choices you make in the now, the actions you take in the now, the associations you have in the now, the positions you assume right now in the now is what's going to determine your future. People have been passing around Will Smith's video, which he did a long time ago, and it's really from a movie. What happened to you is not your fault, but how you respond to it is your responsibility. And what you do with it is your responsibility. Remember, I'm saying that to you. That's what Will Smith is saying when he says, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility. It is your responsibility to take action, to change the pattern. Janasha talked about being a spiritual midwife and being a pastor or a minister. And one of the things I tell people, stop saying generational curses. No generational curses. Curses have to be an acceptance in your mind that there is a curse. So if you agree that there has been a curse upon your generations, at what point do you recognize that? Do you make a choice to negate it, remove it, stop it? I'm going to say that again. If there is such a thing as a generational curse, the moment you identify it on your generations, that is the moment you have to choose in the now. You choose in the now to no longer accept it, but to end it, cut it off, destroy it. Because otherwise, it's no longer, once you know that it's there, and you continue to allow it to be an excuse, to allow it to be a detriment, to allow it to be a voice, to allow it to make decisions, then it no longer is a curse. It is now a generational choice. A choice. See, these paradigms are big things. How many of y'all feeling that? A paradigm is going to shape you. A paradigm is what gets a lot of our men, because a lot of our men become hyper masculine in an effort to accommodate for generational oppression and emasculation and limited opportunities. And a lot of us women are responding with a hyper masculinity, a hyper femininity, quote unquote, which is an access of the lack of a balanced masculine energy in our life. So as a result of that, we are negating the masculine energy that is given to us in the form of a mate. I'm just saying. Because we have things in our subconscious, things in our paradigms, things from our 6 areas that I like to focus on. One of them is called family. There are 6 paradigms that I tell people about on a regular basis. And the first one I always bring up is family, because that is the first thing you encounter with for the longest period of time in your formative years, is your family. From the time we are born, our family is speaking upon us. Our family is giving us thought. Our family is telling us who we look like, what type of career options we have. They give us the environment that we're going to exist in. They teach us how to respond to the stimuli. So that first paradigm is family. See, y'all with me? Y'all get it? So paradigm 1 is family. family paradigm. The one that from the moment you come out the womb, someone is comparing you to someone else. Someone is expecting you to fulfill some need or some lack or some quality that maybe they weren't able to. This is going to be our doctor in the family. This is going to be our preacher in the family. This is going to be our money maker. So the paradigm becomes about you understanding that paradigm, while it's so powerful, y'all know I love my family. If you be around me long enough, you see my family is constantly around me. My family is constantly around me. I'm constantly engaged. Last year, y'all know I spent a lot of money, time, and energy going to go tend to family business. But our family also creates us to have messages like, nobody in our family does stuff like that. That's not what our family does. Or we're family. How you going to abandon me? Family is, blood is thicker than water. How many of y'all type in some things, some messages that you have heard? Right, family first. So if family is first, when are you a part of? When are you first? How about that one? That's a good one. Family first. I saw Tanya say family first. And I should say speak life. I'm asking y'all to give me some examples of some messages that you yourself personally have had from your family. What type of messages that you get that made you say that family is important? This is what our family does. This is the limitations that our family has. How about this one? Our family has never lived outside of another state or more than 50 miles from each other. That's another one from me. I'm just telling you what my family said. My family said that. There were some good things too. My family said things like, you know, respect your elder sisters and brothers because like they take care of you. They're the next in line to mama. Go ahead and type in some of those things that your family have said. Drew Bay, if you can type in something for me, that'd be great. Later. Remind me later. Family that prays together stays together, Pamela says. I've heard that one. I'll tell you if I believe that one or not. You will tell me that. Absolutely. Give me another one, someone. I'm serious. This is not, I'm told this is not the Marion Afua show. That's on Thursday nights. Tonight is about us really having an interactive conversation so that we can get to know and understand each other. We ride or die together. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. See, even that, I'm the black sheep. I've been on my own since 12. I'm a black sheep. Ooh, that's another paradigm. Definitely. Y'all giving some good stuff. Y'all giving some good stuff. No matter what, we're a family, right? I'm telling you. So what does that say? What does that say? How many of y'all family told you that when family get in trouble, family come before your husband? How about family come? How about family comes before your job? How many of your family told you what type of career you were going to have or what was acceptable? See, y'all trying to be nice. I'm being real. So let me go back to Marion Afua. When I was coming up, I was told that in our family, you're going to be a preacher, teacher, doctor, a preacher, teacher, or a doctor. That's what I was told. Or I'm going to marry somebody with money. Those were the 4 options I had when I was coming up. Okay. I was told that my family, nobody is more important than family. Right? That's what I was told. So if when I was told that, that did something to me. I was told that you got to be on your game as a woman because your mama's baby's papa's maybe, meaning that even if you married, you got to be in a position to hold your own. That's okay if you didn't have them. But I bet you I get to a paradigm that you did have. What happens in this house stays on this house. That is a very popular one, which is why a lot of us have trauma. Next paradigm people talk about is our ethnic and our cultural paradigm. Thoughts and images, ideas that keep us bound because of our ethnicity. I'm Black African American. I know there were things that I did that some people said to me that were simply said to me, like, Black people don't do that. African people don't do that. Don't you dare do that and embarrass us. Don't you go over there and try to be, I'm just letting you know what it boils down to. Or somebody would tell you, you're trying to act white. Don't nobody eat like that. Don't nobody drink like that. Don't nobody dress like that. Don't nobody want to do that. That's not being Black. That's white. Exactly. When I said I went skiing, people like skiing. That's white people stuff. When I said people realized I could swim, Denise, we about the same. We in the same framework of life. Ghazi's in the same era. You acting white. See, I thought, girl, you forgot you Black. Right? Or that, that's too ghetto. Don't do that. I don't care where you at. Because listen, I got friends. I grew up around all ethnicities. You know you can't have no business. Black folks not gonna support your business. All they want to do is steal from you and take over. That's a good one, Ghazi. Exactly, Tanya. There it is right there. You act like a Black girl. Yes, absolutely, positively. So when people say things like that, or why would you want to go into why are you trying to counsel people? You ain't no preacher. Not understanding the depths of the world. Don't go traveling over there back to Africa because them people crazy over there. You see all them wars they got going on? They got wars all over the world. When I was in Europe, there was a bomb in the train station. Okay? So you see, those are cultural things. That's ghetto, that's not appropriate, or that's bougie, or that's not what you should be pursuing. Ethnic, culture, family. Then we're going to look at our religious community. So let me just tell you the deal. So I grew up, my family is Christian. One side of my family is Christian. One side of my family is Muslim. So we never had a conflict. Everybody was good. Okay. Everybody knew how to cook. Nobody in our family ate pork. Even the Christian side didn't eat pork because my great grandparents didn't eat it. And so they never had it. We never had pork growing up. Okay. And we had their own farms and stuff like that. So that was never a conflict. Okay. But I had to make a decision on what religion I was going to be with. And there were certain barriers that were given to me when I was under the Christian church. And there were certain barriers that were given to me when I was under the Islamic tender. So one of the memories I have that really shaped my identity as a young girl was when I came to church one time I had a job. I was a teenager. Exactly, Ghazi. That's another one. Y'all don't like the language, get used to it. Right? We real here. So when I was in this church service, some of the things they told me was that I was this horrible person. People told me I was this horrible person. You have to accept that you are a horrible person to be in this religion. You have to accept that you are a dirty, horrible, filthy rag person. and that you have to confess your sins before the church. So before you can join the church, and you got to be baptized and all these different things. And I'm okay with that. But one of the things that got me was that they told me that I wouldn't be able to sing outside of church because my gift was only for church. And that if I sang outside of church, that would be a sin before God. This is just Marion's story. It ain't got to be yours. You ain't got to accept it. You don't have to like it. See, I'm coming real with y'all. I want y'all to understand where I come from. So while I was in that church, what they told me was I was not allowed to sing outside the church. I could no longer do performances. I could no longer go and dance. Okay? That's what they told me. They told me I could no longer do that. And that in order to be a member of the church, I would have to solely participate consistently in just church singing and church activities and let everything else go. Now, mind you, ever since I was 6 years old, I've been performing professionally, getting paid on stages. That's a paradigm. So when I became a teenager and an opportunity presented itself for me to go and perform professionally, I disobeyed and I went and did it. Not to mention, I still have the paradigms of my family telling me that that's not what we do in this family. We are not singers, dancers, and entertainers for other folks. So when I broke that, do you think how successful I was? How successful do you think I was in doing that? Talk to me, y'all. How successful do you think I was when I'm hearing the messages that said that I'm a sinner for singing out on a stage, touring, that says that I am disobeying my families. I'm letting down my family by singing in entertainment. Exactly. Exactly. I wasn't able, I'm going to tell you, I got yelled at a lot by directors. I didn't sing full out. I didn't go out for opportunities that I thought would really give me a lot of grandeur. My mother's family was very big in the Baptist convention, so people kind of knew who we were. Exactly. Exactly. So I had a certain level of success in that I got good roles and I was able to travel. Absolutely. Once I broke free physically, I did it. But Gazi, let me tell you something. I wasn't successful because every time I got ready to go up for a role, it was in the back of my mind that I'm not supposed to be doing this because it's hindering my relationship with divine God creator. I'm hindering, I'm not using my gift to save, quote unquote, lives. See, that was then. God's with me now. But back then, I didn't recognize that. So then I started looking at my community around me doing it. So then I found myself in a community where people just took from me, where people were not supportive, where people were pushing me, but taking away from me. Absolutely. Guilt. So that guilt, that mind play, that's what a paradigm is. It's that invisible ball and chain that's on your leg. Absolutely. It's that invisible chain that's on your mind. And when we think about that, this is why I said to you, you cannot get to the core and you cannot make 7 figures, 6 figures, 4 figures, 3 figures, 1 figure consistently until you get yourself right and you begin to put yourself in the right communities. Absolutely. We have to begin to think about 100% how these paradigms, I want you to understand how I'm taking my time through my journey to show you until you get strong enough to see it for yourself. My story is only to expose what might be stopping you from being where you need to be. While you keep saying, I'm trying to open up, I want to, I hope to, maybe this year, I'm scared, I don't know if I should. All of those words mean there's something inside. There's an invisible tape player or record player playing, giving you messages, reminding you with images, and bogging you down and tying you down. Same thing happened when I consider the gender paradigm. What does a woman supposed to do? I'm a teenage wife and mother. I'm a teenage wife and mother. I grew up as a teenage wife and mother. And in being a teenage wife and mother, in my community, in my family, in my religious communities, in my ethnic community, what I found is that people put restraints on me as a woman. How can you go on tour? How can you go on tour for 6 months to a year without your children, leaving them with your mother and your husband? That man don't know about no children. Why is he off playing ball instead of being here with y'all? You need to go ahead and do this, and this. So my role as a mother, my role as a woman was being challenged. When I began to, people started telling me that as a woman, I should be focused on certain identities, certain roles, certain process. Isn't that what we taught when we're little girls? We start playing with toys or we start hammering stuff too much. Most families, not all, most families will redirect their daughters back to the play kitchen set, to the dolls, or to sewing kits. Most families. Most little boys will be directed away from playing with dolls and doing things. They always have to do it. When you begin to understand that these exchanges, these type of little minor paradigms begin to affect you. Another paradigm from my life that affected me for a long time, 2 areas, that was in the area of money. I grew up rather comfortable, I said. And when I grew up comfortable, I did not respect money. I did not respect money. I did not respect money. So my family would always bail me out. So when my family would bail me out, it didn't teach me how to respect money, even though we was making good money. I was making good money. My husband making good money. Whenever we wanted to trick off, we tricked off. My family, especially my daddy, would just come through and take care of the bills. It didn't teach me responsibility. It taught me that that money was really nothing to me. Like I had no respect for it. I had no respect for it. So when I would get it, it would constantly disappear. Because I was told, there's a part of me that told me, I'll tell you another paradigm about money that resonated in my life as a young child. Oh yeah, those are messages that you get. When I was a young child, I was in a church and I used to sing. I told y'all that. And there was a woman that was in church. And one of the things, her name was Mother Wilson. I would never forget her. Mother Wilson is very instrumental in why I learned how to sing. She had been like on vaudeville and all in, Hollywood and singing. And she had been in Motown as like a background singer or something. She was the bomb.com. Okay. So like she would come in with these raps on in the church, and she could play the keyboards and she could sing, y'all. And she had these 2 daughters. I mean, it was just awesome. Okay. So when she came in, she would do all these things to the church. She ran all the choirs. She did the music department. She was always cooking and doing different things. And then, but every now and then, just about once or twice a month, Mother Wilson would get up in front of the church and she would ask for money. She would ask for money and she would always say to me, She would always say to me like how talented I was and how the Lord would use me for my voice and just stay with the church and it's the best place to be. But I loved her and I respected her. And I just told you that if it was not for her, I would not have pursued or considered my voice to be a voice of using it to be a muse for people, to share, to heal with my voice. If it was not for Mother Wilson. But one thing I despised and I was so embarrassed by was that she used to go before the church and beg for money to help pay her bills. Or people were buying her food. Now, y'all, some of y'all like, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's just giving service. And no. The message I got convoluted my mind about religion and money. I didn't want to get up and grow up and have children begging people to feed me and my children. I didn't want to say, so again, I chose not to do the church thing. That don't mean I'm bad, don't mean I'm good, don't mean you bad or good. This is Marian's journey. So it wasn't until almost 15 years later when I realized I don't need to sacrifice and minimize my gifts in order to show my relationship with the greater divine, that money is not the root of all evil, that in order for me to be in service doesn't mean I have to sacrifice and I have to be poor. So once I realized that, then I had a better relationship with divine God creator. I'm just saying. But she wasn't a hustler though, Gigi. Because she did everything in that church. She was there when she cleaned it. She ran the choirs. She cooked. She loved on people. But she had no money to show for it unless the church gave it to her. Because she didn't want to use her gifts and talents outside the church. Because that was seen as a bad thing. So y'all got to hear what I'm saying. How many times are you allowing a message, a thought, a paradigm to block you from doing what you need to do? Mother Wilson did it. I did it. You've done it. And more folks are doing it. I'm just saying. And I'm not putting down on the church because when I was in the mosque, it was the same thing. Same type of thing. Except for they kind of promoted entrepreneurship. But they were very hesitant for a while about you being involved in the arts and all that stuff. So what I'm inviting you to do is to think about it. And that's what your homework is going to be when you get your assignment. Because as soon as we hang up, it's going to be homework. I want you to think about what messages. See, you got to come real on this to get to the core. That means when you eat an apple, you got to eat to get to the core. And that's what we're going to be doing this whole time we're together. We're going to continue to eat at the core. We're going to continue to eat at the core. So what are you working with? What's on your mind? What are you thinking? It's a lot. Paradigms. How are we going to raise the bar? You can't raise the bar until you know what you're fighting against. We're fighting against paradigms that are preventing us from living our highest and greatest life. Paradigms that are not letting us have balance. Paradigms that are causing us to do things that we know we don't want to do anymore, but we're continuously engaging in them over and over and over again. Constantly repeating the same line every year. It's a lie. You might as well just keep going. Constantly, we're moving. It's a lie. When you tell yourself you're going to do something different, but every time you turn around, you're doing the same thing, it's a lie. And I told you that if you don't want this kind of conversation, then you're not going to last the whole year. But you will. You know why? Because you're here because you want something more. That's the criterion. That's the first step to put an eviction notice on these paradigms, to begin to break some records, to begin to understand why these paradigms are the thoughts that are hindering us. While we're so easy to give, and not ask for money. Money is available to you. Money is a tool. Money allows itself, wants to circulate. Money wants to grow. Money is your servant. So money is not a hindrance to you. That is another paradigm that is given to those of us who have humble beginnings, or we are new to middle class. Or we are new to middle class. As I said, it's time for us to get an eviction notice, serve an eviction notice. This year is going to be about eviction notices. This year will be about us creating a space that is saying it's time for an eviction notice. If you agree with me, just put down eviction notice. I'm ready to evict. Are you ready to evict? The paradigms that are being that ball and chain that's dragging you back, the paradigm that's making you second guess yourself, the paradigm that's making you look at a relationship and judge it based upon your energy, your lack thereof. It's time for eviction notice. It's time to sign the eviction notice. Sign the eviction notice. What does the eviction notice compare of? Let me know if you're ready. It's time for an eviction notice, because money is your servant. Money is your tool. It's time. Yes, exactly, Gazi. That's what I'm talking about. But how do you monetize your God-given purpose? Why would you have such a God-given purpose that other people are able to benefit from? And there's an opportunity. I didn't say be a crook, a criminal. I didn't say be a crook or a criminal. I didn't say lack integrity. That's not what I said. What I said was, if you have a skill, talent, and ability. So are you telling me that a person who has the ability to build homes should not charge to build a home? I really want somebody to respond to me, because that's a God-given purpose and that's a talent. Everybody can't build a home. Everyone can't build a home. You mean to tell me somebody who's able to fix a pipe? Because we don't do bartering systems anymore. Because bartering systems have faded away because they don't work. That's the basic of an economy, is that you're going to exchange goods and services. Tell me something that's their purpose. Tell me something that's their purpose that we should not charge for. Tell me something that we shouldn't charge for. Does your doctor charge you for their time? Does the light company charge you for your time? Does the water company charge you for theirs? That's a paradigm. That's a paradigm for the fear of 3 levels. And I'm going to tell you what those 3 levels are. One, the first thing is that we say we're not worthy. I don't care how much arrogance, how much cockiness, how much you say you love yourself, you believe in yourself, you trust yourself. It's all a lie. We all have been there. I'm not judging, no harm, no foul, no judgment. I'm just sharing. We feel not worthy. Number 2, we don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be rejected because rejection means that we are not good enough and that we've done something wrong. And the last thing that happens is, and why we get this concept, is that we have learned that if we hide and we put a symbolism of spirituality or religious on it, we're taught that we will get it in the by and by. If that's not your language, that's fine with me. Because what happens is there's some other folks who are saying, if that person understands that what they got to offer is so valuable, I got to really get up on my game. That's why our family tells us, don't think too big. Don't get too big of your britches. You get too big for your britches. That's why we're teaching our children to make friends instead of make connections that are going to be real lifetime impactful relationships that can help them manifest and reach their goals and promises. That's why when we get ready to buy something, we want to do the least amount, and we're going to say that we're being aware of our expenses and we don't want to overdo it. I had a conversation with Guru, and Guru's on this call. I had a conversation with Guru months ago. When people say you're doing too much, are you really doing too much? Because like the brother Drew just said, right? Are we really doing, when I say you doing too much, am I really doing too much? Am I really doing too much? If you tell me I'm in the image, likeness, and expression of God, if that's what you tell me, and that I am the child of God, and then I have a big brother that tells me that all things are given to me and that greater works I will do than what he did. But when I begin to express that, knowing, you tell me I'm doing too much. So am I really doing too much, or am I doing what I'm supposed to do as this image and likeness of that which I am? I hope y'all heard me. Am I doing too much? Are you doing too much? Or are you really just expressing exactly who you are? I am. That's what you say. I am great. I am brilliant. I am able to manifest money in increasing increments on a daily basis from multiple streams of income. I am worthy of all that is good because I am good, and where I come from is good. Yeah. You feel like you're not doing enough because you're comparing yourself to other people's struggles, other people's advancement. But your advancement, your assignment is unique. That's why I said, I am worthy. I am enough. I am the innate information awaiting manifestation. I am. That's what that stands for. The innate information awaiting manifestation. If you trust that, yes. If you really believe you're worthy, then no one can tell you you're doing too much, and no one has to convince you or confirm what your decision is when it's time for you to do it. And that's where the paradigms come in at. We've been taught, let them say it's okay. Don't make anybody angry. Don't make anybody angry. Don't go too much. Don't go too far. Don't be trying to do that. Last time somebody tried to invest in the stock market, they didn't make any money. Huh? Last time nobody in our business family has ever had a business. That's right, Drew. I say I am all the time. I am, and then I go, or what I really said that's more powerful, I state what I am, and then I confirm it with the I am. Worthy I am. Peace I am. Wealthy I am. Healthy I am. Love I am. Because now you have identified yourself and you're just confirming it. We must elevate ourselves from a language that can no longer bear the weight of our reality. If your reality is framed by the words by which you speak, then there is no need for you to get into a confusion state of saying, I got to wait. Wait for what? What are you waiting for? But people say that, Janasha, but people are constantly waiting for validation. When you get upset with people, when you wait for somebody to give you the okay, when you wait for somebody to agree, today somebody cussed me out. They did, and I didn't cuss them back. They said to me, I'm just broke. I want to, but I just can't get in this program right now. I know I need to. I know I said that in 2018, I was going to make this happen, but I just can't do it. I said, okay, fine. Well, what you mean fine? You think I can let you? Listen, you do not have to do anything that you do not want to do. If you wholeheartedly believe this is not the best thing for you, I respectfully rescind my offer. I must rescind my offer, but I will tell you this. Nothing is going to change with what you've been doing, so why don't you try something new? I'm afraid, the person said. I said, fear will only paralyze you, or fear will push you forward. Fight or flight, make a decision. So now the person just texted me, literally the person just texted my phone. I just saw their number come up. And the person said, I want to get in, but can you not charge my credit card until next Friday? I have no problem. But see, you got to make a decision. That's the next thing. So not only do you have to begin to serve an eviction notice, but you got to make the decision and stick to it. Make the decision to stick to it. Absolutely. Y'all, I'm knocking over stuff. Work with me. Got it? You have to begin to understand that you have what you believe, say, and practice. You have what you believe, say, and practice. We cannot get to the core. We cannot begin to expose those things that we need to eliminate and replace or transmute into something new. We are not going to accept people coming into our community, into our family meeting, and teaching us about ourselves if we're going to sit up here and try to be prim and proper. That's a bunch of bull. It's bull. A belief system is BS. Because if your belief system is not building you and bringing you benefits, then it's time for you to change it. I'm just saying. If you're not willing to do anything different, then all of this is for naught. You have to be committed to this thing. And this is why tonight is live and it's in the Mindset Mastery Academy, because when others come through to see it, there are 16 people that paid for this program. Only one person told me they wouldn't be in the space. Another person is doing something else, and they might think this is church. It is not church. I am a divine guided person. I am a spiritual leader. I'm a spiritualist. I really am. But I am not here to carry you. I am here to show you and be your conductor into uncharted territory as your transformation engineer. I am the life alchemist that is going to look at the elements and take a big picture. I don't want you to see me as a guru. I want you to see us as partners. I want you to see us as puzzle pieces that are coming together to create the masterpiece that is called your life. I am but the box top, but you hold the pieces. And if you utilize me properly, you can get the masterpiece that you desire. I am yet just the box top, but the contents is all you. It's your wisdom, your beauty, your grace, your skills, your talents, your passion, your purpose, your knowings, your presence. If you can believe that, if you can trust it, if you can allow yourself for just a moment to go back and serve an eviction notice. Can you serve an eviction notice on one thing tonight? Because we are coming up. We've gone an hour. And I want you to know, walking you through those paradigms, because I want you to begin to raise the bar. I want you to raise the bar. I want you to understand that in this moment, there's more than enough. Nothing is lacking. Nothing is withheld. In this moment, I want you to know that all those paradigms have served their purpose in the past, but now we're here in the present, in the now, and there's no other way. No other way. Now, N-O-W, no other way. You've made the decision. You've served the eviction notice. Now there's no other way. There's no turning back. There's a story in the book called Think and Grow Rich that talks about a ancient warrior tribe. And because they were about to go up over an opponent that was very serious, very tough, and they had less men, they had been losing the battle. The chief or the leader decided that he had to become very drastic if they were truly going to go into this battle with the right mindset. See, hear me out, y'all. You know what he did? He moved everybody to the shore. He left some people on the boats. And then he had them to set the boats on fire. So there was no opportunity for retreat. There's no opportunity for retreat. There was no way you were going to turn back around and go back to what you thought was safe. There's no way you're going to go back and begin to get comfortable again and sit back in the back and hide. There's no way where you're going to wait until the room is crowded and sneak into the back and say, there was no room for you, or this isn't the right time, or something's going on over here that I got to go take care of because that's family, because that's what they tell me to do. I got to be a server instead of being served. So we've evicted some things today. So now we got to fill it back up. We're down to the core. You got to fill it back up. You got to know what you believe. If you believe there's a retreat, then you're going to take it every time. But if you say right now, there is nothing to do except for to move forward and stay in movement. Are you ready to commit to stay in movement? Are you ready to commit to engage yourself in a new level of knowing? Are you ready to expose yourself? Are you ready to get butt naked? Are you willing to begin to let go of some shit that you've been holding on to for far too long? I don't want any more excuses. I can't. Excuses mean nothing. They don't negate the task that has to be done. If I tell you I'm sorry, does that negate the fact that you're hungry? Does it negate the fact that you're still hurting? Does it negate the fact that you're cold? Does it negate the fact that you needed me to be somewhere at a certain time? Does it negate the fact? The answer is no. But if you're ready, if you are ready, are you ready? Then let's do it. Let's do it. Because there's too many of us that know we got this, that know we got this retreat center. We know we can run back. We know mama's there. We know husband's there. We know wife is there. We know the job is there. We know that the preacher's there. We know that the teacher's there. I'm telling you that right now it's time to let it go. Some things that you've been doing listen, I'm Dr. Marion Afua and I don't know everything. How about that? but I know a hell of a lot. And I know some shit that work. And I'm living evidence that it works. And if you allow me to share with you, if you stay committed to being here these 3 Wednesdays every month for the next 11 months, if you do that, I guarantee you within the first 45 days, you will find yourself making money, releasing folks, and drawing people to you and opportunities to you that you never even thought of. Where your focus goes is where your energy goes. If you can't manage yourself and your time, I don't give a care what kind of business you got. The brightest people, do you know some of the brightest people are broke? And some of the poorest people are unhappy? How many of y'all have ever heard that rich people are unhappy? Have you ever heard that? Rich people ain't happy though. They ain't got no love though. Are you serious? They chilling. They're not worried about their life getting cut off. They're not waiting for you to put on. They're not waiting for somebody to give them a deposit in their bank account. The shit is coming in when they're not even thinking about it. When they get a bonus, when they get a extra amount of cash, they don't splurge that shit on nothing crazy. Oh my greatness. Okay, I cussed. I was trying to be good. I almost made it. I got past the first hour. Be quiet. I ain't did nothing bad. But that's how impassioned I am. I want you to understand that when I'm sharing, I want you to hear what I just said. We have the wrong idea about wealth. We have the wrong idea about positioning. We have the wrong idea about opportunities. We have the wrong idea about what it means to be willing and have wealth. We have the wrong idea what it means about being enthusiastic and taking efforts. And we have the wrong idea about what is money, what is results, and what is rhetoric, and what is revenue. Revenue is not $10 10 times. That's the start. But if you getting happy just having $100, I got $100, what's going to happen? You watching this $100 so close that you missing the next $100, next $100, next $100, next $1,000, next $10,000. You're so worried about this man right here or this woman right here that you're missing the opportunity to see the beauty they really have to offer or the lack thereof. Because sometimes we're with people for the wrong reason. So let's think about, what do you believe about yourself and your current circumstances? Yep, that's in your homework for tonight. What do you believe about you? Not only what are the messages from those paradigms, but what do you believe about you? Don't start talking about your spouse. Don't start talking about your child. Don't start talking about Ray Ray and Junebug and Cisco and all them. Don't talk about that. Don't tell me about Tony Robbins. I've been there. I walked across the coals. I know what it's like. Don't tell me about Lisa Nichols. I know that. I met her. She coached me. I get it. Don't talk to me about anybody doing anything about the word empowerment unless you're really ready to understand that empowerment means you get your ass in gear after you hear what they say. Okay. Let's take a breathe. Y'all ready? Empowerment means nothing if there is no action. Empowerment. Power is the base word. Meant, the state of power. In, the suffix, means to enforce, to increase. Increase the power of the movement. Y'all missing me. Honey, let me explain to you something. Somebody said to me, oh my God, I can't believe, listen to me. Some of the people that y'all run into and y'all backing up is the same people that's paying me for my VIP days in private. They're not going to come in no coaching session with you right now. These are the people that are behind me. When I say I can't talk to y'all, I say, why are you traveling so much? I'm traveling because I'm going to their offices, or we're going to go meet somewhere, and I'm coaching them. The very people that is geeking you up and giving you empty value because you refuse to accept and you don't believe that you already have value. Can you have value? Empowering means you have an increase in power, an increase in position. An increase in power, increase in position, awareness of opportunities. Because I can, and I'm gonna tell you something. Oh, you're so inspiring. Okay, good. So after inspiration, after empowerment is action. After action comes results. Y'all with me? Y'all still here? That's why I say next week it's going to be real easy because we're going to all be on video. We can hear and see each other. We ain't got to wait for a delay. Get yourself in gear. Action and results have to come after you begin to understand. What do you believe? Do you believe that you are valuable? You should. Do you believe that you are the highest and greatest asset that you have, that this world is waiting for you? Do you believe with all of your knowing that everything that has come into your mind has the possibility and the reality to come into existence and fruition? Do you believe that you are worthy and capable of having an equitable, quality relationship across the board? I'm just asking y'all to do that. So when you get yourself in position, when you begin to ignite yourself, what's the value? Are you selling yourself short because you're spending time? My friend Darren Jacqueline talked to people the other day and said, told us that people worrying about having money when you ain't got nothing to do. If you're going out, go out somewhere where there's money. If you want to get an investor, ask people who are in positions of influence to be a part of your life. What's the worst thing that could happen? What's the worst thing that could happen? They tell you no. If they tell you no, you keep going down the road. You ask yourself, why would they say no? Is it because they really weren't supposed to say yes because not what they need from you? Or did you ask the right thing? What do you believe? Do you believe that what you're offering? Do you believe that where you see yourself going is actual true? Do you believe it? Do you believe it like you believe your name? Do you understand that if the mind can conceive it, right? You got to believe the thought. Believe the thought. Believe the thoughts that are coming to you. Believe them. And then once you believe them, you will begin to conceive them. And then you will birth them. You will birth them. Absolutely. The mind is the most powerful tool that you have. And if you do not believe that your mind is the most powerful tool that you have, just ask people who go crazy. Ask people who go crazy. Most people go insane because they are convinced by other people that what they're thinking is inappropriate, not going to happen, and that their level of understanding and truth is more truth than theirs. That's why I ask you, what do you believe? What is it that you believe today? Because our beliefs are our beliefs are going to frame our reality. Our beliefs are going to put us in a position that is going to ignite us to the next. So what do you believe? Give me one thing. Don't try to impress nobody. Just tell me one thing that you believe. Next thing, your attitude. If your attitude is, I don't care, well, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, or damn, this didn't happen fast enough for me, or whoa, you know, that's too much. I wasn't expecting it to come that fast. I needed to slow down. What's your attitude? That old adage says your attitude predicts your altitude. It's corny, but it's real. Because it means that if your belief system is negating you, if your belief system, if you say, I'm going to own a car dealership, and you can't even keep your own car working, talk to me about that. If your attitude is, I don't give a confound about what happened. People know my car is always full of stuff. I got papers, folders, binders, clothes, right? But I know how to break it down. If your attitude is not supporting that which you want, then you're going to have to flip it. It's one thing to have to be able to say, you know what, that ain't for me, you know, get out my face, right? But it's another thing to say, I really don't believe what I'm saying. Or if it happens, it probably won't happen no way, but I'm going to say it. It probably won't happen no way, but I'm going to say it. I really don't feel like I'm worthy to be in this space, but I'm in this space. Right? I want to change. But I mean, if I change, I'm probably going to lose somebody. So therefore, so you see what my body language was doing? My body language was saying one thing and I was thinking, and then I wanted to come back up. It took more energy. It took more energy to come back up. When if I just stay up and trust that being up is the better place to be. If you allow me to put you back in the car in the Underground Railroad to go into uncharted territory, because sometimes you can't be visible when you're going. You gotta go. You gotta be able to get underneath to hear what has to be said and done. You gotta take time to get quiet. I posted here in the room something from Larry Bennett. He was out with Tim. Tim is a self-made millionaire, multi-millionaire actually. And they were coming back from the Super Bowl. And he asked him, he said, well, you know, how do you do all this? How you get a 50-yard line and all this stuff? And last year you was barely, he said, you got to be in the right room. He said, it's not about the right room. It's about the right people in the room. There could be money in the room, but if everybody in debt with the money, it don't benefit you. If the only way that another person is expecting to make money is by your money, then that is how it's supposed to work, right? Y'all paid me for this. So that's why I pour out so much value, because I know that when I give you value, you're going to have more value. So then my impact becomes more. My impact becomes more. So your belief systems, what do you believe? What are you trusting? So yeah, you should invest. You should expect a return on your investment. But if you are only in a room and everybody in the room is trying to recop off of what they spent to get in the room by having you pay them, that's not good. See, that's not good. If you can't reach out to a person without them asking you for something, something ain't right. Your attitude, is your attitude that someone owes you something, or is your attitude is that I am here to make a contribution to this greater vast existence called the life? I'm just saying, it's my belief system, my personal belief system that I am a byproduct of something greater. And because I am a byproduct of something greater, everything I do is magnified in that same level of abundance and wealth and prosperity and health and goodness and love and peace, harmony. So if I believe that, that's why when I go places, I tend to attract people on that level. Even if they realize I am not going to purchase, or I'm not in a position to participate at that high level, typically I still get invited, or I still remain in connection, because that's what I trust and believe. So I begin to manifest. Remember that? I believe it, I'm conceiving it, and so I'm birthing it out. And you are too. You're birthing out what you want. So stop playing yourself small. Stop being a damn chameleon every time you go into a room with people. Be who you are. People know that occasionally I'm gonna let out a cuss word. Occasionally I'm gonna let out a cuss word. Not purposely, but sometimes that other part of me just be like, ugh. So my attitude becomes, I want to be open. Even if it's a challenge for me, because I still got paradigms, I still got cellophane walls. When you break a paradigm, when you begin to replace a paradigm, the dust is still flying. So then you find yourself, imagine like at the car wash, those plastic things that swing back and forth to clean off your car when you go through the automatic car wash. So that's the remnants of a paradigm when you get rid of it. The dust is still there. So you got to be prepared. And when it slaps you in the face, you can say, and you can get rid of it and know it's temporary, instead of falling back and saying I'm a failure. Because failure is a requirement for success. You had to fall off your bike. You had to fall off those skates in order to know how to balance your core. Ooh, y'all thought I lost it, didn't you? You can't roller skate if you don't have a good core pull position. You can't ride a bike if you don't balance your core. You can't lift up something heavy unless you balance your core. See? It's right back to the middle. What's in the middle? Your beliefs, your attitudes, your relationships. How are you relating to people? How do you relate to yourself? Do you tell yourself you're ugly? Do you tell yourself that you're dumb? Do you tell yourself you're unwanted? Do you tell yourself any of that stuff? It's time to stop it. Because you have to be able to recognize your value and know that you are ready. Absolutely, positively, so it is. Absolutely, positively. You got to be able to relate to yourself, and you got to relate to whatever you believe exists or not exist. And then you got to be able to go forward. I'm just saying. And so you got to work on all that. You got to begin to understand the relationship that you got to have is understanding your relationship. Like I said, I believe I have a direct relationship and I'm a byproduct of the greater divine universe, creator of all the universe. Therefore, if I'm a byproduct of that, if I'm a droplet of that, everything I produce is going to reproduce in that way. What's your belief? What's your attitude? What's your relationship with yourself? If you always doubting yourself, you're going to doubt other people. You're going to draw people to you that's going to make you doubt. If you believe that you are a shiesty person, you're going to draw shiesty people to you. If you believe that you're incapable of living your highest and greatest self because grandmama did really good in her business and somebody came and took it over, or the relationship she had with a man, or granddaddy got played by all these women, or he ended up dying by himself, whatever is in your brain is what's going to manifest. Those are the results that you're going to get. Because of that attitude and that belief, that's what's going to manifest. I'm not lying to you. I'm telling you the truth because I'm wrapping up because we got 15 minutes left. The last thing is your revenue. I told you, whatever your belief is about money, it's going to show up in your pocketbook. When I was younger, absolutely. It'll make you a liar in a minute. It will make you a liar in a minute, Gazi. You'll be running around here talking about all this stuff and it'll come through. I remember, I'll tell y'all a story. I was doing a play. I got hired to be a director. I got hired to be a director. I was trying to rebuild my career back on Broadway. So they didn't put me back on Broadway. They put me on off Broadway, which is like right down the street, but it just means it's not a high level play. It's a play that you're trying to see will it do well before it goes to Broadway. So I'm doing this play and I was asked to direct it. So I'm directing the play, and one of the actors I knew, and she was an older actress and she had worked with me when I was younger. Long story short, we were doing the rehearsals and I was talking to the people and she came to she said, you know what, I want to tell you something. You disappoint me. And I said, well, damn, what did I do? And she said, you full of fluff. She said, I see right through your shit. You don't know what the hell you doing. You're just doing this because you can. Your heart ain't in this. You fluffing. And guess what? She was right. I ain't know a damn thing about that play. I hadn't even read the whole play. I was bull crapping because at that time I was going through divorce, right? Had just, seriously, I had a 3-month-old baby, right? Going through the whole process. Hormones, body, breath, everything, right? And she saw that. So because she saw that, I was constantly into it with the producers. I was constantly into it with the cast. I was constantly into it with my then husband, now my ex-husband. I was into it with them. I was having disharmony within my life because I refused to tell the truth and because I had doubt. So my results didn't match up with what my expectation was, because really what I believed was that I was not that good of a director and that I really couldn't bounce back, and they were right. Okay? I'm asking y'all. Beliefs, attitudes, associations. Who are you associating with? Are you associating with people that's still on the same? I'm not saying stop all your friends. I still go down to the hood. Y'all know I do. Right? But what I don't do is I don't allow that environment to tell me who I am and how I have to be. When I go there, it's me. I'm me. I might laugh and joke and carry on, but it's me. The results have to match what you are going to match what you believe. You have what you believe, say, and practice. And your revenue, your money. Can you generate revenue based upon those associations, based upon those attitudes, and based upon those beliefs? If you are not, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem if you are not willing to challenge yourself, to get to the root of it, the core, to find the balance of how you can put meditation in your life, how you can begin to do affirmations, how you can begin to take time out to have quiet time, how you can begin to read every day. I don't give it's just a paragraph. How you can begin to disassociate yourself from environments and associations with people that are only taking and not pouring back in. If your attitude is that it's never going to work until 10 years from now, when my children are gone, when my husband and I retire, when my wife gets this new promotion, when I get a better job, I tell people this all the time. Your past is nobody's business but your own. Your past, as I said in the beginning, your past is your past. It does not determine your future. What determines your future is your now. Make the decision, serve the eviction notices, get clear on what you believe. Know what you believe like the back of your hand, like your name. You know your name. And if you don't like that name, can you change it? Absolutely. So why do you think you can't change your belief that isn't benefiting you? It's not building you up, that's tearing you down and being a burden to you. Oh, absolutely, positively. Why can't you? Sure you can. It's possible. I see it done every day. Our president of the United States right now has filed for bankruptcy 13 times. Because he has owed people, he lacked integrity, and his attitude was that, hey, whatever I got, I got. If I can't finish it, oh well, too bad, so sad. It was a good idea, didn't work, but let's try another one. You're no different. You can create wealth with nothing. It's been done for centuries, time and time again. Your ethnic background, your community, your financial status, your gender does not negate your possibilities to get the results and the revenue that you desire. The only thing that will stop you is your belief system and your attitude about it. I'm just saying. When we meet next week, I really want you to have submitted. I will have talked to all of you by next week. All of you. You have a document that came to you. Matter of fact, as soon as we end, it's going to, at 9:30, it's going to send you out a document that's going to have in the document. It's going to have in the document the homework assignment. It's going to have the slides. It's going to have your schedule, your button for you to push, for you to schedule your appointment to talk to me between now and next week, Wednesday. Everyone has to speak to me, so that we can get clear on what it is you want to do, okay? We got to get clear. So we're going to be walking on that. Final thoughts in these last 16. I know it's 11:11. Yes, it is on the East Coast. So what I want you to do right now, I know it's hard to do it, but what I would like for you to do is I would like for you to type in the box. Take a few moments. I want you to type in the box your thoughts about tonight. Your thoughts about tonight. I want you to know that next week when we get together, same time, same place, the only difference is that the notice that you get on next week will have you coming to Zoom. Because this is going to be private from this day forward, even more private. It's going to be a separate group that allows us all to be visible to everyone. So you will have to download Zoom. But take a moment now, and I just want to get your feedback right now. What are you feeling? What are you thinking? What's a question you have for me? So we can take this last 15, 20 minutes to do that. Typically, the first hour and a half will be all about y'all. You sharing out, me talking and coaching you. And then I'll give a little feedback on the content, about 45 minutes of the content. But it's about your growth, and me supporting you in that growth. All right, go ahead and take a few moments and write that down. I'm going to be giving some general announcements. You guys will see them all again. Reminder that we'll be back here for the month of February. We are doing February 7th, February 14th, and February 21st. And like I said, I know that the 14th is Valentine's Day. If you can't make it, guess what? It's okay. Okay? It's okay. So I want you to know these are the dates for February. Same time. Again, you will get another link like you got today. Also, let me know if you got the email today too. That's real important to me to know that that system is working and that you got the email that showed you how to get to the group. I seems like one person didn't get it because I had to help them get into the group today, but I tried to go back through and add everyone. And just give me some feedback on what you took from today's lesson, or question you may have, or a question you may have. So these are the dates for February. These are the dates for February. And it's ironic because March has the same dates as March 7th, 14th, and 21. But then again, you also know that on March 16th and 17th, we are going to be having the Success Masters Six Sisters Summit. Yes, 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 yes. And all of you have a ticket. Yes, 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 yes. You have a ticket to attend it. Now, here's what I want to say to people. People say, well, I'm not able to make it physically because I'm out of town or I got to work. Here's what you need to know. We do have live stream. What that means is that we have cameras that are set up that are going to stream it live through the internet. So you will be able to watch it from your home, from your cell phone, from your office, wherever you are at, you will be able to do it. Now, if you can make it live, I prefer you to be in the room physically versus trying to type it in, because you see how difficult that is in order to bring stuff forward. So March 16th and 17th is the Success Summit. All of you that are registered for this core coaching program automatically got a ticket. It's a general admission ticket, so you won't be in the VIP section. However, you will be in VIP section for the general session. But for the VIP section, which is that Friday morning, which is 5 hours with myself and the other 4 coaches, we're in a luncheon, a private luncheon, to get more laser coaching on your issues, your concerns, your challenges. That day, that's going to cost you to pay for an upgrade. Okay, that's going to cause you to pay for upgrade. If you are doing live stream, it's just an extra $20 because you're not eating lunch. You're not eating lunch. You'll still be online, and then we're going to have it on the big screen, and then your questions will come up online just like they're coming up tonight. They'll be coming up tonight on the big screen. So those are the things I want you to make sure you take away. You know that on Thursday night is the Thursday night thought session, right? Everybody knows about that, right? Yes. So we know about that. I want you to continue to support us in that. Tell a friend, bring a friend. Anyone can be with that. It is an empty space that anybody can come and join us. And I want to thank you all for being a part of this. And as I said, go ahead and put in your input. All I'm doing is putting in some information that you can go back and get. And I want to make sure that you are present. And I see a lot of you typing. I want to remind you too also that we'll be here again for the core coaching program on Thursday. I am kind of filled to capacity. One person did call me, but I don't want to go. I'm already at 16. I might do 17 because one person I might be letting go and not letting continue in the program. But I really want people to be a part to grow. Tonight is about you understanding the power of your thoughts in your mind, how those paradigms, those subconscious thoughts impact our behaviors and actions, even when we're trying very hard consciously to do something. I want to be married. But then you get into a relationship and you start judging, you start accusing, you start second guessing whether or not this person is really for you. I want to have a business. Then you start saying, I'm not good with numbers, or nobody's going to buy anything for me, or I'm not comfortable asking for money. You say that you want to begin to take care of your body better. And then all of a sudden you start finding all these ways to prolong it. So I want you to understand that tonight. I see a lot of you are posting on here. Tanya says, gratitude to the universe for being here in divine timing. Oh, so it is. And Pamela says, Austin is, I have a great, I'm in the right place at the right time with the right coach. Thank you for your supporting my journey. Oh, you're welcome. I love you. You're helping me on my journey. All of you are. You're feeling hopeful now. Tonight was awesome. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Denise, Tanya posted again, ready for the growth, healing, and upliftment of higher vibrations. Drew Bay says, fully present. And thank you all. Thank you all. I don't know where Ghazi is. I don't know if Ghazi can hear what I'm saying, but Ghazi, I'm sure will let me know. I saw him posting some things privately for me. But I want to thank you all for being a part of the program. We will be wrapping up. We have 10 more minutes, but I'm not one for prolonging. I just want to give y'all the space to share. Remember to check your emails on Wednesday night and Thursday afternoon. We usually try to make sure any changes come up. We try to get them out by 12:30, 1 o'clock at the latest. Okay, by 12:30, 1 o'clock at the latest. That way, everyone has an opportunity, and then we usually send out a reminder. We usually, like tonight, it went out on Facebook and it said, getting ready for the thing. You're welcome, Denise. Thank you. And so with that, everyone, if there are no more questions or comments or concerns, I am going to release this coaching class on tonight. As I said, you are going to have homework. All of us will get a link. As I said, at 9:30, a link will go out to you that will tell you to book your appointment, your one-on-one appointment with me before next week. It will also have the link that will tell you what to look for your homework. And you will also have the slide presentation that I put together to kind of help you walk back through your thoughts of what happened tonight. And of course, this broadcast will be available to you. So with that, I thank you all. I appreciate you for allowing me to be in service for you as we journey together and allow me to be your conductor on the Underground Railroad. Yes, it may be a little scary, but I've already burnt the back of the road. There's no way of going back over that bridge. I've burnt it up as we started traveling. So tonight we move forward in hopefulness. We move forward in truth. We move forward in the exponentiality of our true existence. That's what I said, the exponentiality, the unlimited existence that is awaiting us. So with that, I will talk to you all on next Wednesday. Good night.